What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome back to part number 34 of my 100% perfect playthrough for Final Fantasy X. So, we've killed quite literally everything there is to kill at this point, apart from Omega. So we're going to be doing some of the more optional, okay, well, we've kind of been doing optional stuff for a little while, but we're going to be doing the optional non-fighting content now, aka we're going to be getting all of the overdrives that I am currently missing, bar Riku's mix ones, mainly due to the fact I'm just going to get them like while farming items later on. So, that means we basically need to go and collect all of the Jack Spheres for all of Auron's overdrives, and we also need to go ahead and get all of Kimahri's overdrives basically. So let's just kick this straight off, shall we? We're just going to go ahead and start with Auron's because, well, why not after all? So one thing I am going to do is I'm going to be turning on new encounters, just because, I mean, it's like, come on guys, we're already completely broken. There is nothing in this game that is ever going to survive, like, anything at all that we can do to them. It's like, I think our very weakest attack, like just a bog standard magic and that, would probably still do more than 10,000 damage. Even if they were, like, not immune, so to speak, but resistant and that. So yeah, we're just going to have no encounters on. Anywho, for the first GX sphere, well, technically we already have the one from Mokolania, so I guess for the second GX sphere, we're going to be coming all the way over to Besaid, and it's right here on the right-hand side of the temple. Just remember, if you're playing the international version on PS2 or any version of the HD remaster, you do need to defeat Dark Veilfer before you can come back into Besaid. Anyway, let's take a look, shall we?
Smallest heap of huts I ever seen.
Yeah, man, it's a small population.
That looks like a fine place to live.
It does indeed.
Auron,
It's where your daughter's gonna live as well.
when this is over, could you bring Yuna here? I want her to lead a life far away from this conflict. You have my word. I will bring her here. Thank you, Auron.
He's so
You're
emotional.
a good friend. What are you guys doing? Let's go.
Although technically Auron doesn't bring her.
Need a shoe-puff hole.
Not only that, it's like, there's a temple right there, so how is that technically getting Yuna away from things? Like, it really doesn't make much sense, to be honest. Okay, so there's that one down. Let's head on over and get the next one, shall we? And this one is kind of... what's the word? It's kind of out there. Like, you're not really going to find this typically that easy this late in the game. Mainly due to the fact you have the airship. And once you get the airship, you pretty much never use any other form of transportation. And this one is actually hidden on the SS Leaky. So in order to get this, we do need to go all the way back to the beach here, go on to the boat, and yeah, we're going, buddy. We need to go to Kilika Island. Because the second sphere that we're going to get, or technically the third if you're counting the one in Mokolania, is actually on the boat. So, let's go get that one, because it's up on the bridge. It's kind of amazing how these spheres just like randomly appear as well. You know, it's like, why can't I get these on my first trip? And there it is. Take a look.
After you get that Aeon from Besaid, where are we going? Back the way we came. Then we go north from Bavel and climb Mount Gagazet.
Oh, so Veilfer was Braska's final Aeon. How about that?
Zanarkand, huh? It's been in ruins for 1,000 years, right? So the legends say. No one knows for sure. It still could be your Zanarkand. Thanks for trying, Auron.
I must admit though, it's kind of interesting where like Braska's final Aeon is the one that Yuna gets first.
I thought if I went with you guys, I might find
It's like Braska basically goes from strongest to weakest.
It's not that easy. I'm sorry.
Because obviously he starts in Baval, so he kind of starts with Bahamut.
It's not your fault. I should be thinking about fighting Sin now anyway. Zanarkand can wait.
but I will find my way back.
Sure you will, Jacked. Sure you will.
Be careful, Jacked.
Hey, I'll be alright. You're the one that should be careful. Wouldn't want your little girl to cry.
She'll be alright. She's strong. Like her mother was.
Oh man, the emotions. And there we go, we've got another overdrive for Oren, his Banishing Blade, because we already have a few of these spheres. Now, at this point we kind of just need to go down to the save point because, well, it's easier. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I can't use the save point here. Okay, so we could go ahead and take the boat to Luca, but I'm going to do this a little bit quicker and just board the airship. Because the next one we need is actually in Luca. And conveniently enough, it's right next to the Besaid Aurochs locker room. So, right next to where we start pretty much. Here we go. Enjoy.
Hey, Oren, did you get that last match?
Yeah. But I don't understand why you wanted me to. Didn't you say you have Blitzball in your Xanarkand?
Not a sportsman, are ya?
Working on your form?
My form don't need no work. I'm the Great Jacked. It's for my kid.
Your son plays Blitzball?
Yeah, and he wants to beat his old man bad.
He does beat his
Once I
old
told
man
him
though.
to give it up. He didn't speak to me for a week. Wonder what he's doing now.
Yeah, being the star player of the
I hope
Xanarkand
he
Apes.
gets bigger and put on some muscle. Hey, what's the big idea? Stop shooting.
Oh, he's getting emotional, guys. He's getting real teary-eyed. Okay. So there's another one done and dusted. So let's go get the next, shall we? So for this one, we're actually going to go back to the airship again. Just because it's that little bit quicker. And then we're kind of just going to cheat and go all the way over to the Mihan High Road. Now, there's actually two around this area. But unfortunately, they're both going to be kind of slow to get from this teleport. Because we've got to go, well, pretty much all the way down below where we are right now. So, if you remember where we got Oren's crest or sigil, way back at the start of the game. Well, I say back at the start of the game. Way back when we were here the first time. Well, the sphere has magically appeared right next to that chest. So, again, no idea how these spheres are randomly appearing in locations we've already been to. But, yeah, you know, let's go get it anyway, shall we? Okay. So what do we got here?
Giant fiend that attacks chocobos.
What's it waiting for?
Just waiting for the chocobos.
Come out and fight!
I told you this was a waste of time.
Like father, like son. It's the right thing to do, guys.
It's the right thing to do. Everyone's depending on us. Besides, it's good practice.
You really need practice though?
Well then,
Ha! There it is. Oren, let's get him!
right.
I want to watch. Why don't you let me watch, guys? It's like you had Bahama. Only Broska needed to fight there. No one else did. Oh well, what can we do? So, we're not actually going to go back to the airship for this next one because it's actually really close. And thankfully, because we've already beat the Dark Aeons, we don't have to worry about getting ambushed by the Major Sisters either. Because obviously they would be right here typically. So, let's go get it. So for this one, we basically just need to head all the way up and around the Mushroom Rock section pretty much. It's like it's not too far out of the way, it's only kind of at the very end of the section. So yeah, it's not too far, guys, it's not too far. Okay, here's the lift, and up we go. At least I think it's in this last section anyway. I'm fairly sure it is. Oh yeah, it's up where Loser and Gotta originally are. Man, I forgot. It's been so long since I've actually got Oran's Overdrives. Like, I never, ever, ever get these. Because I never use Oran. Okay, let's watch.
Thanks for everything, Keenock.
I know I don't need to tell you this, but guard Lord Brasco well.
That I will. And you'll be busy too. I heard they made you second in command.
You know that promotion was meant for you. You were always the better one, even until the end.
You make it sound as if I was going off to die or something.
Yeah, I mean, you kinda do.
See you again.
Yes.
Well then.
Going already? You will tell me about Zanarkand when you return, won't you?
No, he won't.
Farewell.
It's like he won't tell you anything about Zanarkand. Okay, so now unfortunately we do have a bit of a gap between that one and our next one. Simply due to the fact the next one is actually all the way over at the Moonflow. But it's not just any old Moonflow. Oh wait, no, it is this one. I thought I had to travel across. My bad, my bad. And just remember what Jack did the first, when he was here, guys. He slashed a shoop off. He committed animal cruelty. Hey, Braska. And there's Jack sleeping off the booze. Just casually sleeping off the booze, man.
Shooting me for?
So you don't do anything stupid again. I can't believe you attacked that shoe puff.
He was
Lord Brasco
drunk.
had to pay the handler for damages from his own travel money.
I said I was sorry. It's never gonna happen again. I promise.
Ah, a promise. Which you'll forget come tomorrow.
Probably.
Orin, please, he did apologize. He knows he was wrong.
He's like a little kid, man.
That's it. Only thing I drink from now on is shoe-puff milk.
You're sure?
We're on a journey to fight sin and save Spira, right? If I keep screwing up and making a fool of myself, my wife and kid are never gonna forgive me.
Yeah, your
That's
wife
on
and
the
kid are
record.
never going to see you again. Well, technically I suppose your kid does. Well, your wife doesn't. Okay. So, we're actually more than halfway through. Now, we've only got a couple left to go, really. And the next one we need is actually going to be back on in the Thunder Plains. Of course, we don't need to worry too much because we've already killed Dark Ixion, so we have no problem at all there. So it's just a case of trudging through the lovely, lovely lightning-infested hellhole that is 200 lightning dodges. Luckily enough though, we don't need to do that all over again. So for this one, we basically just need to come to this tower just south of the like middle teleport area. If you look at the top left of the map there, you can see like it's just north of the little alcove bit right here. So that's a really easy way of finding it. Okay, let's watch it. I really hope they get struck by lightning, man. It would be so funny.
Steady.
But no.
Why am I doing this?
Because you're bored. It's okay to be
What do
bored.
you see there, my lord?
Oh, I was just thinking.
This is important. No fooling around. You're gonna spoil it.
Don't worry, Jack. Don't worry.
Whoa.
Don't worry, guys. No Jacks were harmed in the making of this sphere.
Now there's a scene for posterity.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot better, though, if there was, like, a cactus ghost running around in the background, like, because of the cactus statue. It would have definitely made it a lot funnier, to be fair. Okay, though. So, the next one is... Actually, we're not going to teleport to it. It's not in the Thunder Plains, but it is very, very close. You see, it's only actually at the very entrance of Mokalania Forest. So, obviously if we were to use the airship and that, it would take a bit longer than it would normally take just running up here. Because obviously the airship drops us off at Rin's Agency in Mokalania, which is no good for us because it's right here. Let's watch this one then.
Who are you?
Your boss, buddy.
You are the one they call Jekt. The man from Zanarkand, are you not?
What of it?
Watch your tongue, knave.
It's alright, Oren, don't worry.
My apologies. I am Braska, a summoner.
What's a summoner?
I've come to take you from this place.
Sounds sweet. What's the catch?
Yeah, you're kind of going to have to die at the end of the journey, you know, become an
That easy to
Aeon.
see, was it?
That sort of thing.
I soon leave on a pilgrimage to Zanarkand.
Seriously?
I would like you to join us. It will be a dangerous trip. Yet, if we do reach Zanarkand, my prayers will be answered, and you will be able to go home, we think. What say you?
You know, I'm kind of curious, like, what goes on between Braska and Jekt. It's like,
So quick?
it seems that straight off the get-go, like with Jekt there saying,
Then it's settled.
we think you'll be able to go home, it makes it sound like Braska actually knows where Jekt came from, and the fact that Jekt actually came from Dream Zanarkand. Although, I suppose with the fact that Braska gets Bahamut first, I suppose the Faith could have told him.
No one truly believes that I have
But,
fallen summoner
you know, it's one of
went
those
to
little
Alabed.
things that kind of don't make sense unless you really overthink it.
This is what they say. No one expects us to succeed.
Braska, sir.
Let's show them they're wrong. A fallen summoner, a man from Zanarkand, and a warrior monk doomed to obscurity for refusing the hand of the priest's daughter. What delightful irony it would be if we defeated sin.
Stop gabbing and get me out of here.
I agree, get the man out of prison.
Free at
You know, I don't know why you're stretching, Jekt. You still had plenty of room in that cell.
I am in your hands until we reach Zanarkand.
Right, right. So, what's a summoner anyway?
So this is another thing that makes no sense. Zanarkand actually have summoners. They actually had the most summoners back when, like, the war was going on. It's like, if you actually look at, like, the other story in there, Baval obviously had, like, Machina superiority. However, the war raged for so long because of Zanarkand's summoners, basically. So the fact that Jekt has no idea what one is a big, big plot hole right there. Okay, anyway, that just leaves one more to go, and this one is actually going to be all the way back at Gagazet. So, if you remember the playthrough I was doing, well, like back when I was here the first time, I actually showed you guys where this one was, but I purposely missed it, just so I could come back and gate right now, and here it is, when it finally puts me into a good position for it. There we go. But this one is not a Jekt sphere, however, this one is a Braska sphere, so let's take a look.
Hello, Yuna. I hope you are well.
Yeah, she's fine. She's kind of
How
super
old
strong
you are.
right now.
Now that you're watching this sphere, you must be very beautiful, like your mother.
Yeah, she is
Wish
very
I could
hot.
see you. Oh, by the way, Jekt and Oren send their regards. So far, our journey has been very entertaining.
Yeah, I mean,
course,
Jekt getting
it is a
drunk,
hard
attacking
journey,
shoe
But I have
puffs.
no regrets.
You know,
It is
that
the
sort of
path
journey.
I have chosen. Yuna, when you have grown, you will have to find your own path. Do what you must do, the way you want to do it. Doors will always open themselves to those who do.
Not
Listen close,
always.
Yuna. Your future is yours to make. Live the way you want to. Whatever way that may be, you have your father's full support. Yuna, I will always be with you.
No, you won't. You're gonna die soon. Okay, and there is Oren's final overdrive at Tornado. Which, oh, hello trophy. Well, if you don't know, Tornado is actually, well, I can't say actually. Like way back in the original international version and that, back on the PS2, Tornado was actually the hardest hitting attack in the entire game, period. Like, you could basically abuse it with Oren's Celestial weapon, and you could actually get, like, just doing millions upon millions of damage. Obviously, you would have to mod the game to remove the damage cap of 99,000, but yes, back then Tornado was the hardest hitting attack, basically. That's fixed now, though. The hardest hitting attack now is the Dark Major Sisters Overdrive, basically. So, the more you know, guys, the more you know. Anywho, now that we've completely done with Oren's Overdrives, it's actually time to go ahead and do Kimahri's. Now, the easiest way of getting pretty much all of Kimahri's is to just go ahead and use the Monster Arena, but I'm actually going to use the Monster Arena apart from all but one of them. So, first things first, let's just take... yeah, I guess let's just take Riku out. Why not? In fact, you know what? No, let's just replace Oren. It's like, gotta keep the women in. Gotta keep the women in. Okay, so let's take a look at what overdrives I have. Oh, I've actually got most of them. Okay, I guess I will just sort of go over where you get them all from then. Okay, so straight off the bat, you have Jump, which is like obviously the one you start the game with. Then you have Seed Cannon, and again, you kind of start the game with this. You get this as soon as you get to Kilika. It's a forced tutorial where you get this, so you know, it's not real any point talking about this one. And then you've got like Stone Breath, which comes from Basilisks, Anacondas, or Biran after he's used it in the Ronso fight on Gagazat. This will basically just petrify all targets. You know, it's your basic petrify grenade, pretty much. After that, we've got Self-Destruct, and Self-Destruct, you basically sacrifice yourself and it deals heavy damage to all targets. You learn this from pretty much any grenade or bomb type monster. Then we've got Fire Breath, which again just deals fire damage to all targets. This is from Dual Horns and Yankee from the Ronso fight. Then you've got Aqua Breath, pretty much the water version of Fire Breath. You learn this from Chimeras and Yankee, again from the Ronso fight. And then we have Bad Breath, which, okay, I don't actually have that one, so that's going to be one of the ones I need to get. Bad Breath is basically from Marlborough and Great Marlborough. And then you've got Doom, which is from Ghosts, Wraiths, and Biran. And Doom will basically just like, you know, KO a monster when it counts down to 0. And then you've got a really, really annoying one, because this is actually the only one you cannot get from the Monster Arena, which is Frostkick. Now, there is a really, really, really easy time to learn this when you're in Baval, like as soon as you jump off the airship, but before you do like the Cloister of Trials and that, basically before the wedding actually happens. You can learn this super easy there. If you don't learn it there, you have to learn it from Zanock, and that is the only other place you can learn it, apart from the Ronso battle on Gagazet. However, Frostkick is quite rare from that Ronso battle, so I wouldn't put your hopes on it too much. Then we got White Wind, your basic heal, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it heals statuses as well, that just isn't actually mentioned on the description. And you learn that from Darklands from Xanakand or Yankee from the Ronso battle. And then we've got Mighty God. Mighty God is awesome, and you can learn that from Behemoth Kings, Behemoth or Biren. And again, you know, Biren is from the Ronso fight. Just keep in mind though, all of these limericks that I mentioned come from the Ronso fight. You do actually have to wait for Biren and Yenke to use them first before you can learn them. So do keep that in mind. So, the two that I'm actually missing are Bad Breath, which is obviously from Marlborough and Great Marlborough, and then Nova. Now, Nova is technically his strongest limit break / overdrive, but in the grand scheme of things, it is absolutely, like, just terribly trashy. But you can learn that from two monsters in the entire game. One of them is Omega from the Omega Ruins, and the other is actually Nemesis from the Monster Arena. We're just going to go ahead and get from Omega Weapon though, because I've got to finish off the Omega Ruins anyway. So, first things first, I want a Marlborough. Okay, and Kimari, just go ahead and lance it for me, buddy. If you could be so kind. Wait, where's Lancer? There he is. Okay, so there's Bad Breath learned, so we can just go ahead and one-shot the Marlborough, because we have absolutely no use for it now whatsoever. And then we're just gonna head on over to the Omega Ruins pretty much, and finish that up, as well as getting Kimari's final Overdrive. Okay, Omega Ruins, there we go. Wait, did I beat Ultima Weapon? I'm fairly sure I would have beat Ultima Weapon. I'm fairly sure I did anyway when I was capturing monsters. I really would have thought I'd have done it anyway. Really would have thought I'd have done it. We'll soon see though. Yeah, I've done it. I've totally done it. Totally done it. It's like no questions asked. I've totally done it. The only problem is I'm still going to have to fight the like the forced encounters on the path going down. It's not really a problem considering I'm like quite literally just gonna one-shot everything, but you know, I mean, it's still annoying because it still slows down and that, you know. I'd rather just go ahead and like one-shot Omega. Well, I kind of won't one-shot him, but he's not gonna get a turn in. Let's put it that way. Like, he is absolutely not gonna get a turn in whatsoever. Okay, I think I have like 2 more fights now? Is there... No, there's more than 2. There's definitely a lot more than 2. Hey guys, guess what? Even if you manage to survive my attacks, I have ribbon, so you can't screw me anymore. Man, I really don't like those guys. Okay, I think this is the last one now. I think it's the last one anyway. Oh yeah, Kimori's still set to Lancer. How about that? Oh well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's like, Kimori doesn't have auto haste, so he's still going to be like miles behind Riku and Yuna. Okay, here we go. It is time for pretty much the final optional like boss for me to do. I will go ahead and turn fast forward off just because it's like, gotta enjoy the cutscene and that, you know.
It seems we rate his personal attention now.
I mean, we more than rate his personal attention. Like, he stands no chance in hell. It's like, if anything, I have to like prolong the fight just so I can lance it with Kimari. Come on. Wow, look man, Kimari's so far behind. Okay, lance it. And there we go. Kimari's final overdrive. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and use that. Because even with defending all these turns, Omega still has no chance of getting a turn in. Okay, so there's Bad Breath that we got from the Marlborough, and here is Nova. But as you guys can see, it's literally no different than what Nemesis uses. And you'll probably see just how terribly weak it is. I'll actually be surprised if it does max damage, to be fair. Oh, it actually did do max damage. Although I do have the Celestial Weapon, and I do have a perfect sphere grid with Kimari, so... Honestly, yeah, I mean... I think it would have been a lot better if, like, you know all those orbs that came out of the animation? If each one of those actually did damage, then I think Nova would definitely have been a contender for a good, like Overdrive. But no, I mean, it's just really, really weak, to be honest. And oh my god, Omega got a turn. I feel dirty right now. I feel so dirty. If I was using quick hits, he wouldn't have got a turn, but oh well. I need to go and have a shower now that Omega touched me, though. I feel so dirty. I feel so, so dirty, man. Well, there's the last optional fight done. So, honestly, there's really not actually a lot left we can do in this playthrough now.
Find your peace on the far plane. Leave Spira to the living.
Is that to Omega or to yourself, Aaron? Hint, hint, hint. Okay, and there is actually a treasure chest in Omega's little section as well. So, I mean, you know, it's a 100% perfect playthrough, so even though I absolutely do not care about it at all, I've got to go ahead and go all the way back to pick it up. Just because the game says, screw you, you're not getting it right now. If I remember correctly though, I think it's only like a white magic sphere or something like that. Like, it's really not anything important, to be fair. But, oh well. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. Have I got to fight all these battles again? I bet I do, don't I? Oh, I don't. Sweet! I can just run on down. Just run on down without a care in the world. I would have liked some more backstory about the Omega Ruins though, you know? Like, we don't really know that much about it. And here's Omega's little lovely nest. Just complete the map and get the chest. And there we go, it's a magic sphere. The most useless stat in the game. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, so now we really don't actually have a whole lot left to do. Like, content-wise. In terms of time-wise, yeah, I've still got, like, hundreds of hours left to do. Oops, wrong way. It's like, yeah, I've still got a lot to do time-wise, but content-wise, not a lot, not a lot. It's basically just going to be a case of the, you know, like, the hidden cutscenes, and pretty much Sin. It's like, I'm not going to milk the series while grinding the items or Blitzball and that. Because A, it would take so much storage space, and B, I'm fairly sure nobody cares to watch me fight literally every enemy in the game like 100 times for the items. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to make like a highlight for that along with the Blitzball. Or I might just leave it and like sort of show you guys the end result with the amount of time taken and whatnot. Or maybe a bit of both actually, maybe a bit of both, you know, like maybe I'll do like a highlight style and then have like a little extra thing on the end. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyway though guys, I know it's not been super long, but I am going to be ending this one right here. Now that we have all of Kimahri's overdrives and Auron's overdrives. So we actually have every single overdrive now apart from Riku's. Again though, I'm not going to go out of my way to do these just yet, simply due to the fact that it would be like much easier for me to do while I'm actually getting a 99 of every item. So that's what I'm going to do basically. And oh yeah, I've also got to get all the overdrive modes as well, but that'll be fine, you know, that won't take too much effort. The biggest thing that's going to take a lot of time though is definitely going to be grinding Gil to get all the items. Obviously Bribe is going to be amazing, and then there's just going to be the very long Blitzball segment. So yeah, it's going to be what it is. Anywho, I am going to end this video right here guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. Of course, if you're new to the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. As always though everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.